To save the life of his brother, Li Fong must brave a prison of the dead. Hey there, everyone. Thank you, one and all, for tuning in. This is Sunday. Well, actually, it's Saturday night. I'm going to upload it Sunday because I just thought it'd be more fun to do this at night, spooky and everything. But anyway, it's a Sunday, and you all know what that means. We're going to roll some dice. That's right, Soloplay Sunday, the show where I pull up an RPG and do some dice rolling for y'all's entertainment and just amusement. This week, as advertised, we're diving into Eden Studios' All Flesh Must Be Eaten, otherwise known as the Unisystem. Now, this is my first drive through of this system in many a long year, so y'all out there who are experts just know I'm doing my best, but I'm understandably rusty. Now with that out of the way, let's get into it. It's 1973, and an immigrant named Li Fong has moved to Los Angeles, California from across the sea to be near his inmate brother serving time within the Federal Correctional Institution at Terminal Island. Lee works at the fish market just across the bay, along with washing dishes and other menial tasks. All this is reflected in his resources drawback of -3, indicating he poor boy, he ain't got no money. What he does excel at, however, is martial arts with a rank 6. So that's going to be fun. What's that, you ask, dear viewer? Well, yes, I am, in fact, recreating the same fun I had with Dark Conspiracy, where I basically just wanted to play Bruce Lee. And yes, I'm blending a little bit of Romero's Night of the Living Dead, reflected with the Amazon Basics zombies presented, along with elements of the greatest martial arts film of all time, Enter the Dragon. So sit back, grab a beverage, and let's do some kung fu on some zombies. Now, setting the stage in general terms, as All Flesh emphasizes, it is not a system for number crunching or great detail. So that's what we're going to do this week. We're going to play it fast and loose, not worry about too many details. As a rough timeline of events, the zombie outbreak breaches mainstream media. By this time, many are already aware of the same, as zombies are cropping up with regularity. As superstitious folks begin keeping their dead in their own neighborhoods and buildings, the plague spreads. Lee becomes concerned this may not simply be a passing panic and tries to phone his brother on Terminal Island. Lines busy even after several attempts. Panic begins to set in, and groups of people start to load up their possessions and try to get out of the city. Police are no longer seen in the area, too busy battling the hordes of the undead. Any media coverage is exclusively detailing the extent of the disaster, with citizens urged to stay in their homes and await rescue or attempt to make to rescue stations. Lee decides waiting around in his rat trap tenement is a bad idea and travels the few blocks down to the fish market. He has a vague idea of somehow getting over to the island and rescuing his brother, but he's not entirely sure how he's going to pull that off. But one problem at a time. As he scurries through the city streets, the extent of the societal collapse starts to become clear. Burning cars clog the roadways. The few people he sees out are either raiding for what supplies they can find or hiding in bunkered homes. Occasionally, he encounters a group of people struggling with a few zombies, but never in such numbers that he feels he needs to stay and try to help. His brother needs him more. Making his way to the docks, he finds the area largely deserted, a few sputtering fires peppering the area, and several corpses littering the roads. Examining a few along the way, he notes they all have sustained wounds to their heads, intentionally. He's not sure what to make of this information, as the zombie weak spot of the head is not widely well known just yet, so he files away for future use. Confounded with how to get over to the island without simply swimming the distance, Lee wanders up and down the docks looking for a solution, and it's not long before he finds one. A small boat bobs a short distance in the mostly deserted waterway, its owner dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. It's close enough to where he can make out these details. However, he'll need to dive into the bay and swim out to get it, which leads to our first test. Now, in this system, we exclusively roll a d10 And then we add our various modifiers and such. So we got our handy dandy little dice here. So we are going to get that out and ready. We're going to bust out our trusty D10 for all our tests here. And of course, we are using the Dragonbane Oracle as I have ordered something else from Amazon, but it has not come in yet. So we're going to worry about that at a later time. So anyway, we got Lee Fong here. We got our character sheet at the ready. We're ready to do our first test. We're ready to roll a swimming test. Now he has a rank in swimming. So what you do is you take your D10 and you roll. We're adding the attribute of, say, Constitution. Well, actually, it's not that far. We're going to say Strength. We're going to add a Strength, which is 3. So we got a D10 plus 3 for his Strength. And then we're going to add Swimming, rank 1. So it's a plus 4 overall with a D10 roll of a 6. So 6 plus 4 equals 10. In this system, all you need is a 9 or better for success. And for as higher as you go from the 9, you start having some degrees of success. I got the book here, just got to find it here. And we have a handy table here with outcomes. And for each, let's see here. Okay, so for each level, okay, so 9 to 10 is a first level adequate success. The task or test got done. So there we go. So he manages to swim. I mean, this is pretty simple, especially since he has a rank in swimming. Swims out to the dinghy. He gets on board. He finds the keys in the ignition. It's got a little bit of gas in it, and I'm not going to require a roll for him to figure out how to use it. It's got an on and off switch. I'm sure working in a fish market, he has basic understanding of how to turn it on and get it to go in a certain direction and how to make it stop. So we're not going to worry about that too much. So he gets the small boat over to the shoreline of the penitentiary of Terminal Island. And as he gets closer, he can see. Now, this boat is obviously going to make noise. And we know that basic zombies are attracted to noise. So the closer he gets to the shoreline, he's going to see figures gathering on that shoreline. And they are, as he gets closer, he's kind of wondering, are those guards? Are they going to challenge me? Do I need to come up with a story of why I'm just flitting over to this island? But as he gets closer, he realizes, no, these are not guards. these are shambling, immortal undead. And he's kind of like, oh, some are missing arms, some are missing body parts, but they're still moving around and making noise. So he's kind of like, okay. However, now he has the nerves of steel quality. So I'm not going to make him roll for fear of the undead. He's just kind of like, you know what? These things are obviously monsters. They're obviously not human. They're between me and my brother. I got to get through them. There it is. So the first roll we're going to do, well, actually, the second roll, we've done our swimming roll, is determine, okay, we're asking the Oracle, how many of them are over there? We're going for a number. The D6 rolls a 4. So we have several. Lovely. So now, obviously, if I'd rolled a 1, it would be none or 1, so that would be a 1. A few, I feel like, would be a D3. A several would be 2D3. So we got 2D3 zombies on the shoreline. And the first roll is a 3, so that's going to be 2 zombies. And then we're adding in a 6. There's 3 more zombies. So we have 5 zombies on the shoreline, kind of gathered up, waiting for him, and he's kind of like he can't pilot. He doesn't have piloting driving this thing, so he's not going to be able to do any sort of zigzag maneuvers to try to ditch them and go to someplace where they're not. So he's just kind of like okay. So his choices are to do 5v1, or, and I'll simply give him this idea out of the blue, he could somehow he could let the boat coast in this direction. It's the thing making the noise, so it may attract them. And then he could jump off the boat and try to swim in an opposite direction. However, I feel like that, without him knowing enough about boats to set it to, just keep going to the shoreline, keep making noise, and he goes in the opposite direction, it's probably not the best way to go about things. So you know what? He's just going to beach the boat, get it there, and he's going to take his chances going 5v1 with these zombies. So it's going to be a melee. Now, As a favor to Lee, because he's outnumbered 5-1, we're going to make a simple intelligence check for him to see if he can, put together these things on the shore are coming to get him, intent to harm. Now, he's seen corpses in the streets that all have head wounds. So we're rolling, okay, so we got a 6, and we're going to add in, since this is a difficult, it's attribute only test, he's just trying to get an idea here. So we're only going to add the attribute times 1. There's 2 types. If it's a simple test, you add double the attribute. If it's difficult, you add 1. So we're making it difficult to figure this out because this is zombie science and he hasn't been exposed to it. So he's going to be times 1 on the relevant attribute, which is his intelligence, intellect. It's a 2, so he adds 2 to it. So we got an 8. That is not good enough for him to figure out that he needs to do headshots. So it's just going to be a melee. Okay. Now, he has the quality of fast reaction time. So he always goes first. So we don't need to roll initiative. He's going first without a doubt. Now he has an offensive and a defensive action. So he's not going to save his offensive for another defensive. He's just going to go full out, he's going to attack and he's going to be able to defend. So here we go. So he's going to jump off the boat. He's immediately, the 5 zombies rush him. They're coming at him, shambling, and he's just kind of like, all right, it's on. So to attack, we roll his martial arts, which is 6, plus his dex, which is 3. So that's plus 9 right there. So he's got a baseline success, provided he doesn't roll a 1. Don't roll a 1. Now he rolls an 8. So there's a 17 right there. So we're going to check our little outcome table. So the goal was a 9. He has a 17 total. This is a 5th level excellent success. The task or test produced excellent results. Let's see here. So that's artistic, blah, blah, blah. Social, blah, blah, blah. Combat. Increase the damage rolled by 2 before applying the multiplier. Okay, so he's got a +2, straight up +2 to his damage. And let's see here. Where is his hit location? Where does he hit this zombie? That's the question. So we're going to roll a d10. There's a hit location in the book. The hit comes up at 10. This is the left leg, knee, foot area. So this sounds like some sort of a sweep. He's trying to take the zombie's legs out from under him. So he's going to roll his damage. Now, damage for, let's say it's a kick. Kicks do slightly more damage. The damage for a kick is d4 times strength plus 1. So now we have the additional 2 from such an astounding success. So it's going to be strength plus 3. His strength is 3, so he's got a 6. So he rolls d4. He rolls a 3. So 3 times 6, 18 points. They have 26 dead points. So that reduces it to 8. So he takes its leg out from under it. Just absolutely crushing. In fact, you know what? We're going to say he does a little, side kick to the knee area. His intent is to maim this thing so it's not coming at him. So he absolutely crushes, destroys that kneecap. The thing goes down. It does not scream. It does not beg for mercy. It does not howl in pain. It simply drops. And it is now crawling towards him. So he's kind of like, well, okay, that's not great. So we're going to roll some attacks for the zombies as they all attempt. And you know what? We're going to only allow 3 of the zombies to get strikes in on him. So we got a forward and we got the 2 flanks. The others are going to have to shamble around to the sides. They're not going to get attacks this turn. So he's only going to have 3 attacks incoming this turn. Next turn, it's the full 5. So we'll just see what happens. So for the zombies, they have 2 in brawl, and they have a 1 in dex, so they have a +3 to their rolls. The first zombie rolled a 6, +3 is 9. That is enough to hit. An 8 +3 is 11, so the second one hits as well. An 8, another 8, +3 is 11. So all 3 of the first zombies are coming for him. Now, okay, so he's got 3 attacks incoming. Now, multiple actions are allowed, but it seems to imply that you can't get more than, the example that I found in the book is like you got your one attack and your one defense for free, and you can take two others at a -2 and a -4 for each of those. So you can't have more than three of either of them. So not going to use. Obviously, we're not going to back up and let him have three attacks. He did his one attack. The other three are going to be defensives. There's three attacks coming in, so he's got three dodges. So let's see here. So we had, I believe it was a 9 and an 11 and 11. Yes, it was a 9 and 11, 11 coming in. So he's going to attempt to dodge all three of those attacks. He has dodge. He has one, or I'm sorry, he's dodge 5. So he has, and his dex 3. So he's got a +8 to beat each of these rolls. So 7. So it's a 15. So he obviously beats the 9. He dodges it. Okay, so his second one is an 11. He's got a beat, and he's got that +8. He rolls an 8, 16. Now he's got a -2 to this roll, so it actually goes down to a 14, but he still beats the 11. He still dodges it. Last and final, there's an 11 coming in. He rolls another 8. And of course, he's got +8, so he's got 16. However, this is -4. That brings it down to a 12. That still beats the 11. He manages to, dodge and dodge and dodge. What was that? Pakwa. Yeah, that was the discipline in Kung Fu, where you just kind of sidestep and you're moving around him, developed by somebody, carrying trays through a crowded party. It's fascinating. Look it up sometimes. Bagua or Pakwa, either way. So anyway, moving on, little Kung Fu trivia. So that was round 1. Round 2. The other two zombies are attempting to encircle him, but since he's moving, they're going to have to constantly readjust, and we'll just have to play it round and round to see how many attacks are incoming. But first, he has his offensive. There's one on the ground crawling. He's just going to be basically trying to grab and bite at his ankles and such. And we're going to say he just has tennis shoes on. So, there's no boots, there's no protection there. Obviously, if he gets bit, it's game over. So we're gonna keep trying to get out of the way. Now, round 2. He is not going to worry about the one on the ground, I don't think. I think he's going to, again, we're going to make another intelligence check. This will be the last time we try to check to see if he figures out the head thing as he's fighting. Okay, he's got a 5, and it's only a ×1 to his end, so it's 7. He misses. He has not figured out the head thing, so let's not worry about that right now. So he's going to straight up attack another standing zombie. And he has a +6 and 3, 6 for his martial arts, 3 for his, that's +9. He has an 11 to hit. That is a hit, but I think it's slightly better than an Amazon. Yes, that is a second level, decent hit. Attack does normal damage. So there's nothing, so between 9 and 12, there is no additional damage or any sort of additional effect. You just hit him. So he's going to hit this guy. He's going to kick this guy. Let's see. Where does he kick him? Hit location random is 5. Torso. Makes sense. Biggest target. So the guy went down without screaming from a leg wound. So he's going to try a chest wound. Kick him in the solar plexus. See if that drops him. He rolled a 4 on the damage for D4. Now this is strength +1, no additional modifiers for great success. So his strength of 3 +1, 4. So he rolls a 4 times 4, 16 to this next guy. And that guy goes down to 10 to the torso. Boom. That's, to a normal human, that's a hell of a hit. However, this is a Romero zombie. It knocks him back. We're going to say that guy cannot make any attacks to him this round because he has to shamble back, and these are extremely slow. And in fact, with all the moving and swishing, we're going to say he's out of reach of the crawling one as well. So he's going to have 3 attacks incoming again this round, while the other 2, the crawler and the guy who got kicked away, are attempting to get him. So again, we have a +4 to their attack. He rolls a 9 as a 13 for the first one. Pretty good zombies. We have a 6 +4 is a 10. So we got 13, 10, and finally, we have a 7 is a miss. Oh, goodness. Throw me a bone here, thank you. So we have his free defensive action. He's going to attempt to, Bagua get out of the way of the first one trying to grab and bite. And he is rolling, let's see here. So we got martial arts of a 6. All right, this is dodge. This is a dodge. So it's a 5 plus his dex of 3 is plus 8. So that's 10. He does not beat the 13 of the first attack. Got a hold of him. Where'd he get him? In the left leg, knee, foot area. And these things are bite d4 times 2. It inflicts 2 on the 4-sided times 2, so 4 damage to him. He's at a 41. Now, they only bite. So that's a bite. So uh-oh. Our hero has been bitten. Uh-oh. So yeah, this appears to be possibly a tragedy. Uh-oh. So, okay, so the second attack is a 10. He's going to attempt to dodge it. Yes, absolutely. He rolls an 8. He has a plus 8, so 16. Completely dodges the second attack, even with the minus 2 down to 14. Dodges it. We're good there. So, uh-oh. So we go to our next round. This is round 3 for combat. We have a crawler. We have the guy who got his chest plate kicked in, is back in melee range. All right. Lee has not figured out the head thing yet. So he's just going to keep attacking, keep martial arting. So he's got a plus 9. So he rolls a 6. So that's a 15. That is absolutely a freaking hit. And a 15 is actually better. Let's see. Let's see what the old book says on this. 15 is a 4th level. Very good success. Increase the damage rolled by 1 before applying the modifier. Very nice. So, and you know what? I'm kind of tempted. You know what? So anyway, okay. So first we got to do the damage. So he's kicking the guy. Where is he kicking him? He rolls an 8. This is the right leg, knee, foot. He's going to take out another one of their knees. He only rolls a 1 on the damage. However, he gets the plus 1, so it's strength plus 2, which will put it at 5. So it's 5 points of damage. This is a fresh one. Drops it to 21. And he does a little leg sweep. And it sweeps the thing's leg out from under it. They're not known for their agility. I'm not going to bother with the rolls or anything like that. It falls over and immediately starts to get back up. So that one is not going to be able to make an attack on him this round. So, and since he's got such a good movement, he's got a 10 movement compared to their 2. He's actually going to back up so that the crawler absolutely can't reach him. And that only leaves the one that was kicked in the chest and 2 fresh ones for him to worry about. And he's actually, what I was thinking about is he's going to go full attack. He's going to do 2 more attacks. So here we got an 8 plus his 9 is a 17, but it's a minus 2 because it's additional action. So that is a 15. So it's another, plus 1 to the damage. This is a fresh one. It is actually, no, this is going to be the torso guy. It's going to be torso guy. He kicks him in the torso again and rolls a 4. So he's going to do his d4, rolls a 3. Strength is plus 1, but he got a big success as plus 2. So it's 5. So we rolled a 3 on the dice times 5. It's 15 to the chest guy. The chest guy is out of hit points. Now, I'm going to roll since it's a Romero zombie. He has kicked the guts out of this thing. It falls apart. He kicks it in half. It's disgusting. Okay. He basically kicks it so hard he shatters its spine. The thing crumples down and is rendered inert. However, it is not dead. The eyes are still moving and following him just like in the movie. So it's really creepy. But we're going to say he's destroyed the body to the point where it can't physically come after him, even though he has not killed it. So that's disgusting and disturbing. But he's got nerves of steel, so he's still okay. Besides, he's not going to stop to look down at the thing. So he's got one more action and his free defensive action. So he's actually going to attack another one, to hell with the dodging. Let's try to take some out. And he rolls a 5 plus his 9 is a 14. I don't think that's a little bit of additional success here. The rules say 14 is a third level good success. This is the roll needed to target a specific body part or to hit a vital area, which would be nice if he had figured out the head thing, but he never figured it out, so he can't call shot the head. So instead, where he's going to call shot something vital. I'm going to roll random because my knowledge of martial arts is like I know there's vital spots all over the place. So he's rolling a 9. It's left leg, knee, foot. Again, he's going to, depending on the damage, if he rolls a high enough damage, we're going to say he's going to try to crack the femur, and possibly, the shards may burst, an important blood vessel. Actually, no, what? Strike that. Just go for the knee. Always just go for the knee. It's the knee. So he's rolling max damage. He rolls a 4. Nice. Nice. So it's strength plus 1. So 3 plus 1 is 4. 4 times 4 is 16. This drops it to 10 hit points, and we've got another one who's got a destroyed leg and can only crawl, just like the first guy. So he actually gets out of the way of all but one of them. There's one fresh one that can get a strike on him, and he's still got his free defensive. So this actually worked out. This was not bad. Oh, oh, and the attacking zombie rolls an uno, a numero 1. Let me research this for just a moment here. Okay, so here we go. The rule of 1. On a roll of 1, roll again and subtract 5. So we're going to roll again. We roll a 10. So subtract 5 from it, so we have 5. If the roll is negative, a negative roll replaces the first roll. If it's positive, the roll remains a 1. So it remains a 1. Let's see here. Blah, blah, blah. Second round. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so anyway, it remains a 1. So he just whiffed. He absolutely whiffed. It was terrible. He should feel bad. Even though he's dead and he's not feeling anything, he should feel ashamed of that attack. And that was the only attack that Lee's got coming in on him. Now, we have round 4, and we have 1 incapacitated, 3 wounded per se, and 1 fresh one. You know what? He's going to go full offense. It worked so well last round. He's going to go full offense again. His first free one is he's going to go after the fresh one. He's going for the fresh one with his full attack. And he rolls a natural 1. Why? God, okay. So he rolls again and he subtracts 5. It's another 10, so he subtracts. So it's just a 1. Now he has actually a plus 9. So even though it is a 1, you add the 9, so it's a 10, so that's still a hit. So actually this wasn't a critical failure because he rolled well the second time. I see how that works. So a roll of a natty 1 isn't instant death. You actually have to roll again and see like, oh, is it bad? So this was not bad. He actually hits normally. So I'm gonna roll he's gonna kick this guy. Where's he gonna kick him? He's kicking him in the head. Head/neck. Aha, let's see here. He rolls crap damage. He rolls a 1. Strength plus 1 is 4, so 4 damage. Even though he hits it to the head neck area, he's basically just kind of popped him a quick one right in the face. And it's more a reflex kick than an actual, like, I'm trying to do damage. I've been kicked in the face many times by this very type of kick. It hurts your pride more than it hurts your face. So that was his first attack. Now, he has 2 others. One's at a -2, one's at a -4. So he rolls a 7, and a plus 9 is a 16, -2 is 14. Absolutely a hit. Does a 14 have extra damage? Let's do a double check here real quick. This is specific body part hit a vital area. So no, this is just, let's see, where does it hit? It hits, right arm, elbow, hand area. He was 1 point away from head, neck. Daggone. Oh, max damage though. He rolls a 4. This isn't the same one he just hit. He's just kind of doing that pop, 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 pop with his leg here. So we do a 4. Strength plus 1 is a 4. 4 times 4 is 16. This thing has 6 hit points left. He's going to pop one more kick off to it. And we're going to see here. Okay, so a 4 plus his 9 is 13. That is a hit. It's not a specific body part hit, so it's not anything. It's the left arm. So he's just peppering this guy all over, trying to figure out, okay, where do I need to hit you to drop you to make you non-functional? It's 2 points. Strength plus 1 is 3. So it's 4 times 4, so it's 8 points. So that actually reduces him to -2. So even though he's not dead, he's in the same boat as the other one. He's just kind of, the body has sustained so much damage, it drops, and it's just kind of like flopping and twitching. It's still alive, but it is no longer a combat threat. So 2 down, 3 to go. He still has his free defensive, but he's got. So since he spent 3 attacks trying to drop this guy, I'm not going to let him dance around because his concentration has been in dropping this one guy. So he's going to have full 3 attacks on him. He's got 2 crawlers and 1 stander. The first crawler is a 4 plus 4 is 8. He misses. He's just kind of clawing at Lee's feet, and he's like, "Oh, get off me, get off me." The standing one goes for a normal grasp. 5 plus 4 is a 9. That is a hit technically. But let's check to see if the other crawler can get a hand. 5 plus 4 is 9. So we've got 2 potential grasps here. Lee is going to dodge the standing one. And he's got a 5 plus his 8 is a 13. That beats the 9. He dodges the one that's standing, grasping, trying to get him. But the guy on the ground got him. And I'm going to called shot this. We're just going to see if it's right or left. Let's see here. We're just going to keep rolling until we get it. Okay, there we go. 10. It is the left, his left foot, and it's going to be a 3 damage times 2, 6 damage to his foot. He drops to 35. Well, he's been bitten again. I entertained the notion maybe he'll survive from this first bite. But So anyway, back to combat. We're now at round 5. Lee has his full 3 offensives and a 1 defensive. He's just going to keep going offense. So he's gonna try to take out the last standing one. And there's a 3 plus his 9 points. That's a 12. It's a solid hit. Nothing spectacular. Drills this guy in the torso, kick to the torso, 2 damage times strength plus 1, so 4, so 8. To the one still standing has 13 left, it's still good. Then he's gonna attack it again. A 5 plus his I just figured this out. Why do I keep forgetting? 9, 14, minus 2 is a 12. Another solid hit. We're gonna say, oh, this is head neck. Ooh. And he does 1 damage. Why does he always roll so crappy when he hits the weak spot? Why? Anyway, so 1 and his strength plus 1, so it's 4. So 4 damage. Drops it to 9. It's still around. He's gonna waste his last attack. Still trying to take out this 1 stander. A 2 plus his 9 is 11. That is minus 4 is a 7. That is actually a miss. He actually misses. Good job. You suck. So anyway, so there's all his attacks. He's got 3 attacks coming in since he kept after this one guy. I'm going to say he's not dancing around again. So 3 attacks coming in on him. We got a natty 1. We roll again. We get a 5. There's a 0. And you know what? Since it was so terrible, I'm going to give him, this is the crawler. This is the first crawler guy. He's got the 8 hit points left. I'm going to give Lee a free attack on him, which is usually what I do when a monster fumbles, like in D&D and such. So he gets free attack. He rolls a 3. We're going to say this is a normal minus 4 penalty because he's taken so many actions here. So a 3, and he has this 9. He's 12. Minus 4 is 8. So he just misses the free attack. So the other 2 zombies get attacks on him, rolling of a 2. Plus 4 is a 6. That is a miss. and rolls an 8 plus 4 is a 12. So the crawler gets a solid hit on him. However, he has his free defensive still, and he's rolling. He has 5 plus 3 is 8. 10, not good enough for the 12 attack, so he gets bit again. And we're going to say it is, let's see, we'll say the even is right. So it's a right foot. He just keeps getting bitten in the feet and legs. So 2 damage times 2 is 4 more damage. He's down to 31. He just keeps getting bitten in his feet like ow, 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 ow. It's so comical. It's just like death of 1,000 bites. So anyway, all right. So round 6. Boy, this combat is dragging, isn't it? So we're going to. Oh boy, we still got 3 zombies left. We got one standing one. Let's keep trying to. Okay, so we got a 9. Excellent, excellent. This is the free attack. This is no modifiers, no negatives. We have the 6 plus 3 is 9. We have an 18 attack on 1. Let's see how badass this is. 18 is a 5th level success. Increase the damage by 2. Okay, yeah, so this is that same category we had before. So, he's striking the zombie again. This is in the torso again. He rolls a 6. Damage, he rolls a 3 times strength plus 2 this time. So 5. So 15. He only had 9 left. He destroys this thing's torso. It just comes apart, crumples to the ground, no longer combat effective. It just writhes and twitches and stares at him from the ground. He's just kind of like, ugh. So he's got 2 more attacks. One against the crawler here. He rolls a 7, plus his 9 is a 16, minus 2 is a 14. Solid hit, stomps on the thing. It says it would be leg, but it's just, he's just stomping the thing. It's just not worried about the location so much right now. Say it's the arm instead of the leg. So it's 3 times his strength plus 1, so 4, so 12. That renders that one inert. He has 1 more attack at a minus 4. We're rolling a 2. Sucks. Plus his 9 is 11. Minus 4 is 7. That is a miss. The zombie is going to. Okay, so we got a 3 for the zombie. Plus 4 is 7. That's not going to hit. He has his free defensive, but it's not doing any. He's no attacks coming in, so we're not going to worry about it. We're around 7 of combat now. And he rolls a 7. Plus his 9 is a 16. Solid hit. I think that's a plus 2 to the damage. Double check it real quick. It is not, actually. It's a plus 1 to the damage, so that's something. Not going to worry about hit location. He's just stomping the thing. 2 points plus his 5 or 2 times 5 is 10. Just enough. He's maniacally stomping this thing into the dust. Well, that was quite the combat experience. So yeah, there's the unisystem combat as near as I can approximate it. Glancing at the clock, it took me darn near 30 minutes or so to get through a 5v1 fight, and that's with mindless zombies that don't dodge or anything. Also, not dealing with anything like ranged attacks and guns, bombs, etc. No hate, but I felt like, man, it drug. It was surprisingly difficult to drop the zombies. I was surprised. Like, here's my martial artist with his 6th rank martial arts skill, his strength 3, which is high end of average, and he's hitting regularly, but he ain't doing crap for damage comparative to what the zombies had for dead points. These things, everything in this game is robust in hit points. Like, I felt it took at least 3 or more hits to bring down even the most basic of zombies, which makes me think customized zombies must be absolute nightmares. This might have been improved if Lee had figured out to go for the head, but that wasn't information available to him. And again, I tend to shy away from the metagaming, even if it might serve to speed things up. So maybe if anyone else were to run this, maybe have the news run a special telling survivors to go for the head or whatever the weakness is for your zombies. Further, it might have gone faster if I used a stronger point system. I was using the normie points for character generation, so I could have upped that, given him more oomph, but still, combat I felt drug. That being said, I can see why the system has a following. Not as simple as, say, Dragonbane, it's still straightforward and an experienced gamer can pick it up quickly. It's also fun in that it lets you give a little narration to your attacks without having to worry about modifiers and such. So there's that. Dice are rolled straight away, but you get to narrate what happens. That's always fun for players, so that was good. Weapons of a certain caliber may have sped things up, but only the larger, more effective ones. Lots of attacks revolve around the D4. You have to get into some serious melee or ranged weapons to boost that. Man, I wonder. Like, imagine a normal person, Joe Schmo, no combat skills, maybe a gun if he's lucky, trying to take out one of these things. Man, I don't know for certain, but I feel like he'd have a slim chance of happening, which is, on the one hand, very scary. You can't just start out headshotting zombies and leave a trail of conquered dead in your path. But on the other hand, it's a titanic struggle to take out even a single zombie, probably running at least 5 to 10 minutes in real time. Whew. So that lends me to sum all this up as this feels like, first and foremost, a narrative system, a system where you do your darndest to avoid combat, that fighting is the last resort almost, and that you want to hedge your bets before going in too. It's not a bad system, not by any stretch, but it's also a system I don't think is for me, but it's possibly a system for you and your group, so don't be dissuaded by this old hillbilly's opinions. Regardless, I hope this little playthrough was entertaining to you all, and I apologize for not going further with it. It was just, man, it was going to be hours just to get Lee's brother out going the way things were, and man, I'm already running long with this one as it is. So, there you have it, folks. A solo playthrough of All Flesh Must Be Eaten Unisystem Combat. I hope I entertained you all, if nothing else, and we'll see what system I dive into next weekend, so tune in for that. Thank you all for stopping by. I hope you all had a great day. Get out there and roll some dice at your own. Gather around the table for a game, create some memories, and I'll see you all at the next show. Have a good one.